Welcome guys to a new series that I'm starting today. It's called Devaventus Pre-Release Review. Yes, I'm going to review pre-release games, also equals to early access games for you. Why? Because the thing with early access games is like a two-edged sword, right? You can buy a really good game for like 10 bucks and it will be amazing, and the producers, the game developers just keep on bringing new content, making the game better, listening to the community, and so on and so forth. So I play a lot of these so-called early access games. Basically what I'm buying is a half-baked game, and I think I have the experience necessary to review these games and make more or less an accurate call if these games will be good at some point, if they are already worth the money, which is not too unlikely actually, or if you should never touch the game. The game I'm going to review today is called Slime Ranger, something like that. So for you guys, I'm going to hit new game, we call this test range, and you already get to select two game modes, which is adventure or 5-day rush. So I never played the 5-day rush. It's basically go in, collect as much money as you can in 5 days, and after that it's over. That's not really what I wanted from this game, so I just played adventure. And we're going to do that again. Now, I have some minor issues with this game performance-wise already, right off the bat. If you see here, I have a beast of a PC. I have a GTX 980 and like a 4 GHz 12 core processor and all the good stuff in it. It wasn't cheap, so my PC should handle a game like this on like high, minus AA maybe, I don't know. But if I do this, I don't know, it's really laggy and it doesn't work too well. So I'll play it on lowest just for the sake of this video. I play it on lowest as well, and it still looks kind of beautiful. Okay, that was the introduction. Now about the game. So right off the bat, you are thrown into your happy little ranch here. You see some carrots here, some slimes there, and on the right you get some basic tutorials how to play the game. I'm just going through that really quick. You can suck in slimes and stuff, as I'm doing now. Just holding the right mouse button, you can suck in stuff. And you have your inventory of 4 thingies here. Can swap through them very easily, and then you have your corals, I think they're called in the game, where you can keep your little slimes. And basically what you do in this game is you collect slimes, you feed them, and they'll produce plort. It's called plort. I have a pink plort now here from a pink slime. As you see on the top right corner, it even says you what slime you have in front of you. It's called a pink slime. Diet is everything, so that means he will eat everything. Slimes can have 3 different diets. They can eat vegetables, fruits, and meat. That's all there is. Over here, still in the tutorial mode, we have the market. These are all the different slime types there are. So there's pink, rock, phosphor, tabby, radioactive, can't exactly recall what they're called. Boom, that's honey, that's water, that's hunter, that's crystal, and this is gold. So all of these slimes or plorts in the middle and the left row you can collect, you can breed, and you can feed them and collect their plorts and sell them for profit. This one it's a gold slime. I probably won't be able to catch footage of this because it's really rare. Basically all you can do is, if you find one in the wild, you have to shoot him really quickly with one food type, doesn't matter which one, and he will produce one gold plort. Because it would be really broken if you can just feed them. Or breed them, rather. Okay, what else? Plort market. Oh yeah, it wants me to shoot one here. And then we are done with the tutorial, I think. The game reminds me, yeah, that's about covers the basics, as I said. So if I had to compare this game to another one, I would probably compare it to Stardew Valley. Because it feels the same. You have no rush. There is basically no combat in this game, which I personally really dislike. But it's very relaxing. You can have a lot of fun in this game, and yeah. Okay, now we jump onto the slime types, so you can see them in real life, or at least on the screen. Okay, I jumped onto my other save file, and here we go. We have pink slimes, we have tabby slimes, which just plop out here, and you can see on the top right corner they only eat meat. So if I am to feed them some carrots, they're like, nope, I don't like that. Then we have some rock slimes, which eat veggie. As you can see, they just ate it, no problem. And here we have some phosphor slimes, which eat fruit, and they like it. And then we have some radiation slimes, which are just called red. They eat also veggies. Veggies are really important. A lot of slimes eat veggies. And here we have the boom slimes. They eat meat. Then we have some crystal slimes, which also eat veggie. Those little bastards are really annoying sometimes because they make these crystal spikes over there on the ground, and they hurt quite a bit if you run into them. So this area quite hard if you just start out of the game. And here we have some water slimes. They are just cruising around in the water. They actually eat water, so that means effectively if you have them in your farm, you can make some ponds in your farm, and you just throw them in there and they just keep producing the puddle plorts, and you basically don't have to think about anything else. Fun fact about these though, you can't have more than 4 of them in a single pond, because they get all shy and they won't really like it anymore and stop producing plort as well. Just on a quick side note, you might come across these signs here. This is where content will come in future updates. This is nothing that you unlock during the game, sadly. When I first saw one of these signs I was like, okay, you might have to build like a bridge or something, so you can go across somewhere, but nope, that's not the case. Just future content updates will be here. And here we have the honey slimes. They are pretty cute. But this one is not so much. And yeah, let's go and see if we can find a honey slime, because they are pretty rare. Okay, I actually didn't manage to find one, but this is what they would look like. This one is merged together with a honey slime though. And what that means, I'll show you guys in a second. Isn't it cute? Okay, here we are back near our ranch. And I just went ahead and went to the tabbies here. So they only eat meat, right? We already covered that. Now I have a pink slime and a tabby slime on me right now. So now to the breeding, it's really not complicated, and you can crossbreed every 2 slimes that you want. For example, I shoot this pink slime that eats everything right here. I give him a carrot and he will produce a plort for me, right? And I have the tabby slime here. And you see, tabby slime diet meat, top right, right? I give him the pink plort and he merges together with the pink plort and he becomes a tabby largo, a pink tabby largo. Now, what happens is they merge together their diets. So if you have a slime that eats only fruit and a slime that eats only vegetables, they will eat both after that. And the pink slimes are the only ones that eat everything, I think. That should be correct. So I could give this pink largo now a carrot to eat. Excuse me. And he will then produce both plorts, a pink plort and a tabby plort. Now the little one wants to eat that tabby plort now, which I just shot away apparently. Here it is. So this works vice versa as well. He just becomes a pink tabby largo. Now they are pretty good for your farm, except that there is one thing that you need to take care of, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So all I did was I gobbled up some rock plorts. They are pretty near here. And what actually happens if you feed a slime a plort that's unlike its two own, the following will happen. So, come on, play nice, eat that rock plort. I guess he is too full. There we go. So, if a slime eats a plort that's unlike its two own, they will jump around. They will become the tar. And the tar eats, as you can see, slimes, meat and rangers. So, what will happen normally? 3 different types of slimes are in an area, right? They will eat some random food that grows everywhere, and they will become the tar. And this can get really quick out of hand. If you leave them for like a minute, they will just eat up all the slimes, start multiplying, and it can get ugly really quick. So what do you do to this batch of them? In the beginning of the game you don't have a water tank, which is my quick step number 5 here. So all you can do is gobble them up like this and shoot them away, preferably into water, because that will kill them. And after some time, I have no idea how he died. After some time, you will get the water tank and you can just shoot them and they will die. That's pretty much it. And that was the basics of the breeding. I'll see you guys back at the farm. Okay, so I went back into our new save file, which we just started, to show you guys the stuff that you can do on your farm. So we have here our coral, and we can upgrade it. We have high walls, music boxes, air nets, solar shield, plort collector and auto feeder. So these are all upgrades that you can make, but you don't have to. Really neat is the air net and the high walls. Because what I did is I went ahead and placed corals on all 4 of these boxes here. And I crossbred all of them into different kinds. So I had basically 8 different types of plorts here. And that means if like Boom Slime explodes and puts his plort into a different coral, one slime will become a tar and I'm probably not there to witness it. So all of my slimes will die, basically. And the air net won't allow that to happen, basically. Because it's just a net on top of the coral here. Also the high walls are really nice. If you don't have the money for the air net, so the slimes won't get out as easy. Still happens occasionally, but you are probably good to go. So the way you start out in this game is just gobble up slimes, get all the different slimes that you want to get. Eventually you will want to expand your farm, which you can do here. These are some caves called the grotto, costs almost 2k. It's really pretty neat actually. There are slimes which don't like the sunlight, like the phosphor slime, and I think the hunter slime as well. I'm not so sure on that one though. And you would have to make solar shield, but you can't just put them in the grotto, and you won't have to do that. Then we have another range expansion, which is the Overgrowth. Pretty much the same as the grotto. It has, I think, 4 fields where you can put stuff on, and it just looks a little bit better, nicer. We already saw the market, but I want to explain a little bit more about it. So the way I saw it happening is the more you sell of one type, the less expensive it will get the next day. So if I was to sell like 200 pink plorts, they will bottom rock to like 5 or 6 new bucks, which is the money in this game per, which is not really good. So you should always like sell one type of plort per day and then see what the market does, see if it gets lower or higher, and then sell accordingly. At one point I had like 80 bucks on both of these, and I made a shitload of money. At some point of the game you won't need money anymore anyways. But yeah. So what else can you make on these patches here? We can make the coral, which we said already. There you can make the slimes. We can make gardens, where you can plant your own food, which is pretty handy. I would recommend keeping around 2 or 3 of those on your ranch. Then we have the coop, where you can breed and crossbreed chickens. You can crossbreed them, never mind. You can just breed them and collect them basically. These are for the slimes which only eat meat, which are the boom slimes, the tabby slimes, and the hunter slimes, I believe. Then we have the silo. Personally, I didn't really even use that because you just don't really need it. You can upgrade it to 4 slots, so you can have 4 items and A 100 times. But as I said, I didn't need it, and the incinerator I didn't even buy once. So yeah, I never needed anything not. And then we have the pond with the little puddle slime. It's just a neat water source, as I said earlier. You can just gobble up some water to defeat the tar slimes. And that's about the ranch. I'll see you guys in a second when I know what I want to talk about anymore. Now, this game is a lot about exploration and amusement. And if you're good at explorating, you should eventually see this big slime over there. And you're like, you know what, I want to see what's over there. So you're probably going to jump over there. And you will have some fruit here. And you will see a pink Gordo, which eats everything. Now I think if we feed it once, we should get a new Slimepedia entry. We don't. Let's see here, Slimepedia, slimes, nope, they don't show up this early. Okay, so what they do, they are like your, I don't want to say checkpoints, but they will carry you over to more advanced gameplay. So the pink Gordos, they are stationary, they are always at the same place, and you have to feed them a lot of food. I think it's around 50-ish, maybe. Should be around that. What will happen if you kill them? Kill. Well, you overfeed them and they explode, so I assume you kill them. So 3 of these Gordos will unlock new keys, which will unlock new areas. And I think there are 3 more which will unlock shortcuts. I think 3 more. And yeah, so you just unlock new areas basically. And you don't have access to every slime type at the beginning. Here is one door which you can only open with a slime key, which you get from the Gordos, from the giant ones. And since I'm already here, I can show you the feral slimes, which are these here. They're basically normal Gordo slimes, like the combined ones. But they are feral. They are aggressive, and they will hurt you. There you see, feral slimes on the bottom right. All you have to do is feed them and they will become non-aggressive. It's a pretty okay-ish money making at the beginning, because you will always have the same amount of Gordos, Largos at the same spot. Okay, I will see you guys back at the ranch. Now let's talk about the last ranch expansion, which is this one over here. It's the lab. And as you can see, it costs 10k, the other ones cost only around 2k. And I won't recommend buying this until you have every slime type and a steady supply of slimes. Also around 15k cash in total, because if you buy that you only have 10k left. And I will hop onto my other save file to show you guys that. But before that I want to show you the suit, which is over here. You can buy a lot of upgrades here, which are pretty handy. The jetpack is nice to just fly around a little bit, fly over some edges. You don't really need it, but it's really handy on the other hand. And as I said, here's the water tank. It just costs 350. It's pretty good, and you will want that relatively early to get rid of these tar slimes. And yeah, the rest is just you always get expansions of what you already have. So more HP, more energy, and this is more space for your tanks, so you can whack up more than 20. It goes up to 50 eventually, and that's pretty much it. Now I'll hop into my other save file and I'll see you guys at the lab. Before we go to the lab, I'll show you my slime setup. So here we have rocky tabby largos. They're all largos, by the way. I don't keep small ones. And they are pretty hungry. You can see it on their faces. I'm actually not sure if they can die or not from starvation. I don't know about that. But yeah, here is a fully upgraded coral. You can just feed them over here, or you can put the food into the auto feeder, which will occasionally drop food into the coral. And here's the plot collector, which will just collect the lords for you, so you don't have to go in there. Because if you don't have that, it can get really ugly. Because if you have to go in there, you just basically die in like a second. As the radiation builds up, and I think if you hit 150 you die. Not sure on that though. I never wanted to experience that. Also here, you can just go in and yeah, that won't end good. Anyways, we have crystal radiation largos here. We have boom radiation largos there. We have honey hunter largos over here. But I don't need fruit. Yeah, that's silly. Anyways, and then we have the caves unlocked here. And we have some phosphor crystals here, which are really happy. That's nice. That's nice. As yeah, I didn't even need those 3 here anymore. I could have placed some food there, so I just can gobble up the food and just throw it into them. Really easy and quick. Now, I'm just getting a little bit of lore to show you how the lab works. And then we hit the ending of this review, pretty much. There's not much more to say about this game. Which is okay. It's like, it came early access, early 2016, we have 2017 now. So yeah. So this is the lab, you get a little bit more stuff to build. I built a lot of single pink slimes here, because I didn't know what you need for a lab, and you need a lot of pink plorts, basically. So this is the builder's shop. Here you can purchase blueprints, which are really nice. You can make 3 sets of teleporters, or even 4. Yeah, you can make some some silly things, like a slime ball hoop. You can just play basketball with your slimes. And here you have the fabricator. Here is where you make your gadgets and your all the stuff. And you make those with plorts. So as I said, you need a lot of pink plorts, and I didn't have pink slimes in my farm. So that's why I made the pinks over there. This is the last step of your journey, at least in the sense of getting new content, basically. So what will happen when you unlock the lab? You will come here. You need to purchase these novice, drill pump, and apiary, and you have to place those in the corresponding biomes, which you unlock with the 3 keys, which I said earlier. And they will excavate some resources, which you can see over here. This is just your storing unit for the fabricator. You just shoot in all the materials that you need over there, and it will show up how many you have here. And yeah, so these are all the plort types except for the golden plort, I guess. Should be the last one that I'm missing. Honey, maybe. Wait, where is the flippin' hunter? I guess I never put hunter plorts in here. I didn't need them yet. Anyways, with these plorts you can make the excavators, as I said, and the excavators will shuffle up new resources like oil and brine and wax and honey, and then you can make the more advanced stuff like the hydro turret, which is not really useful in my opinion. It just defends you against tars, but if you're a little bit precautious on your farm, you should get no tars at all. You can make some teleporters, which are really handy, because there are shortcuts, but you can't really go everywhere you want, like from your ranch. There are 3 shortcuts, and you would need like 6, so there you go. You can make some decorations, and curious, you can make the slime stage where slimes can fight against each other. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I showed you everything about the game. Now we hop into the main menu and I'll give you my rating. Now, here we are in the main menu. The game is okay in my opinion. It's, at least for me, it's not something yet that I want to play for like 30 hours. It costs 15 bucks at the moment on Steam, as of now. As I said, it's in early access. The version is, I think, 0.41, so there should be coming a lot more content to this game. Now, what I enjoyed the most was finding new slimes and breeding them. Those are the 2 things that I liked most. There is basically no combat. There is a lot of exploration to do, but I'm not the type that enjoys exploration games too much. Like, nah, don't like that. I like action, I like combat, I like even some puzzles. Oh, sometimes I'm stupid. Anyways, I like puzzles, combat. I don't like doing nothing in a game, basically. I need to think, to act. That's my gish. But if you enjoy a game like Stardew Valley, for example, which got out really big, you probably enjoy this game as well. Is it worth the 15 bucks right now? No, in my opinion it is not. Is it worth the 15 bucks considering future updates? I think so. If they add a little bit more content, you will get like 15 hours out of it, and my ratio is 1 hour for $1, so that's the value I strive for, and if I get that value, I am okay with the game. Now to the rating per itself. I rate this game 7 stars out of 10 for exploration. It gets 8 to 9-ish stars for enjoyment, because it's a really enjoyable game. It is lovely made, it's well crafted in my opinion. Combat 2 out of 10, if you can even call that combat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All in all, it gets a 6 out of 10 from me, because there's lack of content, obviously, and as I said, I'm more... The game needs to drive me, I don't have the drive to play a game, if that makes any sense. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always guys, show some love to the channel if you like this. Hit the like button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And what are your experiences with the game if you already bought it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Do you think it's silly? Do you think it's stupid? Do you fall in love with a slime? Just tell me in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys soon. Let the wind guide your ways.